o'clock on this Wednesday morning, October 8th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. We've got a lot to get to this morning, but let's get a look at some of the stories you need to know about today.
We have Stephannie Joseph live in our newsroom. She's taking a look at some of our headlines on this Wednesday morning. Steph, what are you working on?
Hey there, guys. Good morning. We're going to start this Wednesday with an update on the Savannah Strieber murder investigation. Charges have been dropped against the suspect, Timothy Kuhn. Now, 8-year-old Strieber was killed in 2004 after investigators say someone set fire to the back porch of her Rochester home and she became trapped. Rochester police say they recently learned that in 2005, investigators had information identifying Kuhn as a suspect, but it was never properly documented or pursued. The state Supreme Court judge ruled that triggered Kuhn's speedy trial rights, leading to that dismissal. Also this morning, staffing issues persist at major airports across the country. That's due to the government's shutdown. Air traffic controllers are not getting paid, so they're calling out sick. Nashville International's air traffic control towers had to close for hours yesterday due to short staffing, and those staffing issues are expected in other cities. Finally, former FBI Director James Comey will be arraigned today. It's his first court appearance since he was indicted on charges of making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. The Justice Department accuses him of lying to lawmakers about whether he authorized an FBI meeting. You need to know.
All right, Steph. Thank you.
Hey, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours here on ARC Rochester, starting with Wealth Wednesday this morning. Silence isn't golden, it's costly. Wealth advisor Jarrett Felton will join us to break down the real price of putting off financial planning and how doing nothing could be draining your wallet.
Yeah, then get ready to strike a pose. Yeah, there you go. Fashion Week of Rochester is back, lighting up the runway this week. We're going to chat with the founder and some local designers, too. They're bringing style to the stage, all for a great cause.
And later, it's that time once again. Medicare annual enrollment is right around the corner. We are going to be going over any potential changes coming that could affect your doctors, your prescriptions, and of course, your wallet.
Yeah, before all of that, a check of our Wednesday forecast. A very cool fall day out there today. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is here to talk a little bit more about it. And Marty, our boss, walked into the newsroom not too long ago and he said, it feels very October out there, and it's about time, right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, we're seeing those temperatures really cool down, and I think especially tomorrow morning, you're really going to notice the change by then. But currently, we're starting off with 53. We're seeing at least some clearing begin to work in, but notice how we're at least seeing some cloud cover in this one view. But in general, a lot of places are beginning to clear out. Now, as we head into tonight, that's when we do have at least a frost advisory in effect for portions of the area, so a colder night tonight than the one that we just finished up. Frost advisory for Genesee, Wyoming, Livingston counties. That's for overnight tonight. Even as you head most areas south of the thruway, that chance is there for a little bit of patchy frost, at least in a few places. But temperatures today for I'm in the 50s. We'll just reach that 60-degree mark for a high this afternoon. And then for tomorrow, we may just hold in the 50s for highs, may just reach the upper 50s. That should be about it. But then temperatures recover a little bit more through Friday and It looks like we're entering another stretch of fairly dry weather after seeing some of that much needed rain yesterday, and even temperatures next week, mostly in the mid to even upper 60s, which is at or slightly above average for this time of year, guys.
We like it, Marty.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier. I feel like we're out of things to say. Like, good job. Yay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good work,
and that's
my
it.
friend.
Like, no complaints, no issues.
10, 11, 12, I counted earlier, I couldn't remember. 13 work days without a weather complaint from this guy.
I can't imagine that. This is red letter week.
Seriously, mark it on your, if I can make it to a whole month, if I can make it to a whole month.
Not going to happen.
Listen,
No.
I think if there's a prize at the end of this for all of us, I'll do it.
Like, what kind of prize?
I don't know, what do we want?
Cash.
Cash? Yeah. Let's ask the boss. We want some gift cards.
Breakfast pizza?
No, we want gift cards. We know he's watching because he's in his office right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash. I won't complain until the start of November.
And then maybe, like, once November starts, we could make it an effort to not complain about anything, for just focus on the positive.
For even more money?
for even 1 month. Yes. Yeah.
We need incentives.
Yes. All right, Marty, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure.
Let's go off the top and start with some things that have piqued our interest today. I will start things off. There are 23 days until Halloween. So, hey, get ready for a lot of stories based on that over the next couple of weeks. Sorry. If it's not your thing, mute the television. But we talked several days ago about Halloween decorations that could be considered quote unquote illegal, right? Maybe they go a little too far. Typically, people aren't getting arrested over their animatronics or their yard that's covered in cobwebs. Oftentimes, the calls to 911 come from those loud noises, complaints about flashing lights, or screams that maybe sound just a little too real. One couple in South Carolina is being featured again for maybe going a little too hard for Halloween. So much so that 911 has become a frequent guest at their residence.
Oh, no.
Sam Lee and Amanda Pedden have reportedly gone all out with their Halloween decorations every year for the past couple years. USA Today, there you go. A live look. Their decorations have been like this for about 5 years now. This is the display that they have set up. Their home engulfed in fire, or so it seems. You can see the flames in the windows, the smoke pouring out of the crevices of the home from the porch to the roof. And just looking at it, you can pretty much feel the heat being put off just from the lights. Well, the first day the couple turned the lights on, their local fire department received not one, not two, but 3 to 4 calls claiming that there was a house on fire in the neighborhood. Of course, because they are first responders, they did send a fire truck out every single time that a call came in, just to make sure there actually wasn't a fire happening there, because that would be really, really bad, right? I mentioned this wasn't their first year doing this. The fire chief told USA Today in 2023, the fire department got about 30 calls to that home. The display is only up for 2 hours every single night.
Wow.
So imagine the amount of traffic in that neighborhood. It's not like they keep it on for hours here. It's 2 hours and then it's over. Thankfully, it seems like the neighborhood has gotten a little more familiar with their uniqueness, and they've stopped calling 911 for the most part. The social media post has just under 100,000 shares. The comments have actually been limited, probably because people always have an opinion on things. That being said, I guess it is worth asking, could this be seen as too much?
No.
You don't think?
I think it's the perfect amount. My only fear is if there's an actual fire.
Yeah.
And with all those lights, there could be.
Yeah. The lights
could
and
be.
the smoke. And I thought it was really interesting. The homeowners didn't reveal how they do it. They were like, well, it's pretty easy to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
And then nobody has come forward to say that they've figured it out. So now I feel like I'm kind of being challenged.
Well, it looks like there's material in the windows and orange and red lights below that material and some sort of fan mechanism making that material wave like this. And I would imagine they're using some sort of fog machine in the eaves of the front porch, making the smoke pour out, look like it's rising.
Yeah.
That's just
Okay, so take all that and come set it up at my house.
Come to your house.
Yeah.
Listen, I will do it, but only if I'm allowed to put an 18-foot skeleton in the front yard.
It's not going to go over well. It's not.
Can you imagine the Port Spencerport Fire Department coming to your house?
We actually have quite a few firefighters that live on our street. Like 3 houses down, diagonal from us, 5 houses down. So I feel like they would look at it and they'd be like, it's not real.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to be the boy who cried wolf.
no.
Or in this case, the homeowner who cried wolf.
And you know what? Nothing like, Halloween stuff doesn't typically scare me. That stuff scares me so much. Like house fires, flooding, anything like that. Just because we've covered so many of them working in the industry, the idea of my home actually being on fire to me is like
frightening.
Nightmare. Like, yeah.
Do you remember the home a couple of years ago? We might have talked about it last year. I don't know. It could have been yesterday, where it was Christmas and they did the Clark Griswold scene where the guy was hanging from the gutters, kicking his legs as if he fell off the roof. And the guy came over and tried to help the guy and then realized that it was a dummy. And they found him and they gave him a gift card.
Yes.
That was very nice.
Yeah, that was
I feel like something like this could happen too.
It could.
It could. All right, let's move along to mine. If you've ever worked retail or just needed a little joy, and who doesn't, this story is for you. We got good news about Francine, the famous Lowe's cat. She's a calico. She's sassy. She's practically on the payroll there, and she just returned home after taking an unauthorized multi-state business trip. Francine disappeared from the Lowe's in Richmond, Virginia last month. Employees were worried. Customers were asking about her. There was even an Instagram account with more than 34,000 people watching and waiting for updates. And then they saw the security footage. Francine, like a secret agent, slipped into the receiving area of the store, hopped onto a delivery truck, and got locked inside. That truck drove her 85 miles south across the border to a Lowe's distribution center in North Carolina. This is where the story gets even better. The company set up cameras, they posted flyers, they put out humane traps. Somebody even sent up their thermal drones to try and locate her. And over the weekend, they did just that. A volunteer heard meowing from one of those traps. And on Monday, 2 employees, including the store manager, drove about 90 minutes to pick her up like a kid from summer camp. By yesterday, she was back on the job, greeting customers, posing for photos, and accepting all the treats and head scratches she missed during her 2-week getaway. Here's a little backstory. Francine showed up at that Lowe's more than 8 years ago as a stray. The store had a mouse problem, so they say she just solved it for them. Then she never left. She doesn't wear a vest, she doesn't want to keep a collar on, and she goes where she wants to. As the manager put it, Francine picked us. We didn't pick her. And as for why she got onto that truck, I mean, we can speculate. Maybe she was chasing a mouse, maybe shopping for a softer bed or looking for a sunnier garden center, something. Or maybe she had a date that she just didn't want to tell anybody about.
Could be.
We'll never know. But we do know she's back, she's fine, and the community there is celebrating. There's even a local brewery that's hosting a Francine Fest tomorrow to welcome her home. And a quick note, I did reach out to the store GM this morning, shot him an email to see if he and Francine would join us for a short interview via Zoom. I'm waiting to hear back. Maybe that'll happen tomorrow. We'll see. How cool would that be?
Very cool.
Francine, the Lowe's cat.
I love it. You know, she was like, I want to go see the world for a minute.
But only 85 miles, that's it.
Well, you know, cats are tiny.
They are.
The whole house is like a world to them. I can't imagine how big Lowe's must seem.
Gosh, can you imagine that? How cool would that be?
That'd be pretty cool.
To like, it's like living in a Toys R Us.
I wouldn't want to like eat mice though. That might be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, but I
Can
mean,
I feed her?
Maybe, listen, maybe she doesn't eat the mice. Maybe she just plays with them really hard.
Could be. Could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love this story. And I've been noticing, and maybe you've noticed this too, there are a lot of found pet stories lately, which I've really been appreciating. And I think it has a lot to do with security cameras, thermal drones, people who have, created social media accounts to find missing animals. I feel like I've seen so many stories that thankfully have happy endings.
Well, I think it's viewers like these people at home, because you did that story, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago, about the man who had his guide dog stolen.
Yes, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Yep.
And a couple of weeks later, Bam Bam shows back up.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I think there's it shows the good side of humanity out there. And that's, listen, that's what these stories are all about.
Kind of makes me want to get a thermal drone. Not that I,
Yeah?
but you see missing pet stuff and you're like, man, I could make a difference.
Listen, you get that thermal drone, you can fly it up over the houses and make sure none of them are actually on fire.
That's true.
And that it's just a fire display.
Could probably see the ghosts in there too.
Ooh, I bet you
thermal
could.
drones. Yeah.
I bet you could. You got to go stay at that house, win that or that hotel.
Yep.
Win the $5,000. Do you get to keep the ghost hunting equipment?
I believe so.
Boom, done. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come here on Arc Rochester. This coffee's kicking in. When we come back, Chris Lopez is looking ahead to Halloween this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13WAM YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
Halloween, we just talked about it. It's almost here. And if you're looking for a spine-tingling good time, we've got the right spot.
Yeah, spread across 95 acres in Canandaigua, Lincoln Hill Farms mixes spooky thrills with a little fun for everyone, including the little goblins and the grown-up ghouls. Chris Lopez is live this morning, giving us a first-hand look at all of the fun. Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? Taking a break from all of the spooky stuff and the ghouls. And we have a platter in front of us. Thanks to Chef Austin here, pitmaster chef here at Lincoln Hill Farms. What do we have here? Because this looks, to me, this looks like more than what you brought out last year. I could be mistaken, though.
Yeah, we did it in pieces last year, so it's all in bulk this year. You know, you were at the restaurant recently.
Yeah.
So this is Lincoln on Main's twist, and it's our fall version of Lincoln Hill Farms menu with a little, we do our homemade donuts, spiced cider, got some barbecue items and some grill items. This is our famous silo cup.
What's in the silo cup?
It is a barbecue sundae, like I like to call it. So there's smoked chicken on the bottom, mac and cheese, pork, topped with coleslaw and barbecue sauce.
Who masterminds something like this?
Well, you see the silo behind you, so that's where the name comes from, and it's how you can eat our barbecue here without having the bun if you don't want the roll.
I love that there. The
So,
slop, the
yeah.
zestiness.
Yup.
I gotta try this though. This has been calling my name here.
That's your favorite at the restaurant. Yep.
What kind of sauce is on
That's
this?
our Carolina Gold marinated chicken, smoked chicken.
Okay. Here we go.
Always a favorite.
Austin, how long does it take you to chef up something like this on Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights when it's really packed here?
I'm waking up at 9 a.m., checking the smoker, and wrapping meat, making sure everything's real tender for you guys. And then, you know, we're making donuts and popcorn at 3, 4 o'clock, and people are rolling in at 5. Steady flow from there.
And I have to ask you,
All day.
you're behind the scenes, so you don't really get to see all of the fall festivities here.
No.
What is your favorite part about Halloween Fest?
I guess over there I'm just running around in a circle because you got cider now and donuts, and it's a little bit more fun than the summer because I got more stuff to do. So.
And then if I had to make you pick between all your children, which one are you picking?
I'm eating donuts all day and brisket all day.
That's a great choice.
Right off the cutting board. Yep.
Is this available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights?
Yep.
Friday, Saturday,
all day
and Sunday
long.
nights. Check this out here. Thank you, Austin, for the platter.
Thank you.
Food is fantastic. We're going to move over here to Brian. Now, they have the food, they have music, fall festivities. Moab is coming into the scene. We have some music going on Saturday night, I believe,
Friday
Brian?
and Saturday nights. Yeah, every Friday, Saturday night. That's why the $10 admission. You can just hang out. There's fire pits to chill by. You got your food lane over there, everything you just talked about with Austin. Full bar made out of silos. And you can roam around, and there's a lot of places to take selfies and different.
Who's playing tomorrow? Or tonight?
Friday night, I don't know.
Yeah. You got a running list of artists?
Yeah, you can go online. That's all online. I know Saturday is our big day. It's our fall festival.
Okay.
And we bring in Camp Rockstars with LVO.
Okay.
So that starts at 2. So that's the only Saturday we do 2 o'clock. Other
Okay.
than that, it's 5 o'clock to 10.
There we go. Get your tickets online so you can get the discounted rate for the games, I believe, right?
Yep.
Or free
So,
games.
Free games. If you get your ticket online, you get a free game pass.
There we go.
And then DD Bang next Saturday. They're a huge draw.
Okay. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, Halloween Fest. There's something for everyone. Whether it's food, you can spike the drinks if you want to over at the bar. Moab's going to be here. You got a bunch of spooky frills, zombies. You can shoot them, BB guns. I'm done. I'm sending it back to you in studio. We got much more coming up for you on Arc Rochester in about, 20 minutes or so.
He ends the hit as soon as he's done chewing.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
it's remarkable.
It's
remarkable.
always a pleasure to listen to you eat, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lopez. Hey, don't go anywhere. When Arc Rochester returns, it's this morning's weather trivia.
Mark will be here after the break.
Don't mess with her.
Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean is here now. We're taking a look at the colder temperatures today and weather trivia, too.
You know, when it gets cold out, you have to put on blankets, right? Mm-hmm. Like this, kind of?
Yeah.
Should I just sit here like this?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. It looks like a bib.
It looks like a bit. Would you like this?
You could be a little
Hey,
ghost.
somebody has a pumpkin that they're worried about.
Thank you.
So it might need a frost
This
blanket.
is a frost blanket?
That's what a frost blanket
It's
looks
amazing.
like. Stretch it out.
It's very thin,
Yeah.
but it's crazy that it's effective.
So the idea with that is it's very lightweight.
Smells.
Well, it's been used. It has protected plants in the past. So it's lightweight, and you set it on top of the plants, and the frost will ideally sit on the top of that, and it'll allow just a little bit of heat to stay underneath it.
Do you want you want it on top of the plants, but do you want it touching the plants?
Yeah, it can touch the plants.
It can.
Now the difference is never use plastic, because if you use plastic, the heat will transfer through the plastic, and that'll freeze the surface of the plant. That's why I use cloth, something lightweight, a blanket, lightweight sheet works. Newspapers were great. We don't have a lot of newspapers anymore. They were
Really?
the best. Yeah, because
Okay.
they were so cheap and they were easily available. And you just put something, a little rock or something down to hold it down in case a little breeze comes by. You don't want it blown away during the middle of the night, but that'll
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
keep it for a few weeks.
Use it for some
You can
lumbar
put it-
support
I was just
while
gonna
you're
say,
sitting
put it
here.
these
Or like
nice,
a blanket
comfy
because
chairs.
the air conditioning.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, trivia is about cold stuff too. We have to shift the conversation to that kind of thing this time of the year. It's inevitable. But the average first date for snowflakes is about 2 weeks away. How about that? What is the earliest observed snow accumulation in Rochester's history? Was it in September on the 26th? Was it on October 2nd, October 6th, or October 8th? How about that?
Can you give us a year?
I would actually have to look the year up for this one.
Oh, okay.
It was not in recent memory. You may remember the one in Buffalo about 20 years ago. That was 19 years ago, I believe it was.
The October surprise?
The October surprise.
I was just thinking about that earlier today.
They had about 20 inches of snow off of Lake Erie, and the trees were still fully foliated,
Yeah.
and that was a disaster.
10-10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
October 10. That was, I distinctly remember, well, you grew up in Buffalo, so you know Broadway, one of the busiest roads
Yeah.
in Buffalo, and I remember everything was canceled for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
no power, and we walked down the street because we wanted to check out the damage, and
Yeah.
Broadway was just
Littered.
nobody was moving, like it was just empty.
It's like the ice
Cars
storm
abandoned.
of 91 here. You know,
Yeah.
50% of the trees were damaged or destroyed. I mean, it was just wild stuff. So, unfortunately, the conversation does go that way this time of the year. But let's talk about weather. We'll go back to the frost advisory for tonight, southwest of Rochester. This goes into effect at 3 a.m. That's why we were talking about frost blankets to start things off. Genesee County, Wyoming County, Livingston County, and you go further south and it's going to get a lot colder. So much of the state of Pennsylvania under freeze warnings tonight, as is central and eastern New York. Likely the end of the growing season for central and eastern New York tonight. And this is an interesting illustration that shows you where the risk for freezing temperatures is. And notice it doesn't go up to the lakeshore tonight. So most of Monroe County, the exception, southern portions like Rush, Pittsford, you get southeast towards Egypt there into Ontario County. Likely a very high chance for freezing temperatures tonight. And we go through tomorrow night. Notice how that comes closer to the city and closer to Lake Ontario. So Friday morning, likely we'll have some widespread frost over many areas. So this is a good time to take in frost-sensitive plants. I'm going to be doing that tonight. It's the deck party, I call it. Everything goes in tonight. The full harvest moon. I wanted to show you this. This was from Amanda in Dansville, New York. Just has that seasonal vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like the opening shot in a Halloween movie.
It is.
Amanda, is that your fence that I'm looking at?
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Isn't it cool?
That's really cool.
I actually promised her I was going to show this yesterday and forgot, so I had to put it back on today. So chime in, share your weather photos. We like to see your pet pics for the Muddy Paws forecast also. We show that in the 9 o'clock hour, but there's the QR code on the side of the screen. You can scan that and ship your awesome views like this over to 13 WHAM, and we'll share it with everybody else, believe me. WHAMcam has just a little bit of cloud cover, 53. We're starting to clear things out. And that temperature, because of that northwest wind, is just not going to move very much today. The northwest wind bringing in a secondary cold front, and that's going to keep things on the cool side the next couple of days. So nice quiet weather, yes, but very much cooler compared to where we've been. We've had temperatures in the 80s, and with large high pressure, it is going to be a very quiet scene around here for a while. But near 60 this afternoon, that's cool for this time of the year. Tonight's going to drop back to the upper 30s in the city, but again, if you're south of Rochester, likely low to mid 30s, so it's going to be on the cool side. 34 on Friday morning, 65 for Friday afternoon, and just a delightful weekend ahead. Very seasonable, looks great for the apple picking, the pumpkins, all that stuff heading through the weekend.
Love it.
Yeah.
And again, this is right when I feel like you pull up that 7-day, that is when those sound effects should kick in.
What would be the sound effect appropriate for?
It'd have to be something fallish, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, closer to Halloween, we can do Monster Mash
I'll get one ready for the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
For the 7-day.
and just put it up to your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure. Will you have the 7-day again
Yeah.
at 9?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'll make sure to have something ready to go.
Awesome.
You hear that, Ashley?
10 seconds or less, or we get sued.
Sounds-
Remember that.
She sounds so excited that I'm doing this.
All right, it's a Wednesday.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We're back after this.
.33. Thanks so much for sticking with us this Wednesday morning here on Arc Rochester. It's time for another Wealth Wednesday, and this morning we're talking about the sound of silence when it comes to your finances.
So October is National Financial Planning Month, and while we know the benefits of having a plan, doing nothing could actually be costing you more than you think. Wealth advisor Jarrett Felton is here to break it down for us. Jarrett, thanks for coming in.
Hey, good morning. It's good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about it. The hidden costs of not planning financially. Sometimes I feel like people might think if I just close my eyes and pretend like everything's okay, everything will be okay.
Yeah, the head in the sand trick, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean, and when we get together, I always have such a great time, and I always try and leave people with some information or education around things they can take home and implement right away. But I thought today we'd kind of turn this thing on its head and talk about, like you said, the silence or the hidden aspects of what people don't do or their inaction. So really, there's 3 things, and then we'll just bring it home with some things that people can do. I guess the first thing that I would go into is the concept of compounding losses. So people have heard of compounding interest. Over time, right? Your money grows, and whatever your balance and your interest is compounds at an interest rate over time versus simple, compounding or simple growth. But when you think about the losses side of things, the delaying of investing is what could hurt people, right? If we just bring that home. So if you invest $500 a month over a 30-year period, say from 35 years old to 65 years old, you end up with maybe around $700,000 plus, give or take, at an 8% rate of return, right? If we look at waiting just 5 more years and you do 25 years of investing from 40 to 65, you have only 400 and something thousand. So that delay costs you $250,000. Let's just sit for a second.
Yeah.
It's $250,000 that your inaction cost you. So I'm not going to tell you to go save, but I will tell you, if you don't want $250,000, don't start saving. Because it's really just an ongoing 30-year period whenever you start saving. So some people are like, well, maybe it's too late for me. I haven't even started yet, so why even try? But it's just a rolling 30-year period, right? But just 5 years. 5 years could cost you $250,000 in that example. Compounding losses, number one.
I like it. What's number two?
Yeah, number two, tax inefficiencies. Right? So when people leave jobs, what do they do with their retirement accounts? Do they cash it in, which unfortunately I have seen people do, not understanding what's pre-tax in their 401ks versus post-tax in the event that they do that. There's after-tax contributions that grow at interest after time if people have already maxed out their retirement plans. People not looking at the opportunities for non-retirement accounts of tax loss harvesting, which is really just making sure there's any losses in your portfolio, that you have the ability to sell those and capture those losses, because that could help you on your tax return. So everybody thinks if I lost in my portfolio, that's all terrible. Well, yeah, I'd say that sucks if we're just being honest, between friends. But there may be a way to harvest some of that loss to help you actually on your tax return, and that's when you get with your qualified tax professional. Ooh. So the tax inefficiency could really creep up on people cashing in retirement accounts, not understanding the difference between pre and post tax or after tax, and then that last portion right there. Wow. So those are really the main two. If we bring it home, and we talk about some of the things that people can do to avoid this, along with the missed opportunity. So the other missed opportunity is making sure that people understand that if there's a 401k match, you're putting enough in just to get the free money, right? Man, you guys are real quiet today. Am I putting you to sleep?
No.
Oh, okay. No. All right, just making sure we're good here. All right.
We're listening
Yeah,
intently.
I know. You guys are like, oh
I'm
my
like
gosh, my
taking
head is
notes.
right,
Taking mental
right.
notes.
So the third one is missed opportunity, right? So you're putting enough in your 401k to get a match. Plain and simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
If you have a retirement account and you're in the required minimum distribution age category and you are philanthropically minded. We live in a very great community where there are a lot of philanthropists, as we all know. If there are people that aspire to be and are in that space, they can do qualified charitable distributions out of their retirement accounts. So charitable gifts go directly from IRA custodian directly to charity, church, university, or other philanthropic cause, right? And there's no taxes to them to do so. And making sure that people are just a little bit more, proactive around, what they do today is going to affect them tomorrow, with kind of forecasting, what incomes could look like. So that's where you get with not just a qualified retirement person, right, such as Investing or myself, but also coordinating it with your qualified tax professional as well. So go ahead, missed opportunities with a third one.
What is the suggestion in this circumstance? If you're investing up to that match threshold, or 1% more in that match threshold of your 401k, does the rest of the money, do you want to be putting that in an IRA?
Sure.
Or do you up the investment in the 401k?
Right. I don't have the time, how much time we got, but I'll try and make it short.
45 seconds.
Okay, there we go. All I need is 20, I promise. So I think first and foremost, if you're maxing out your retirement account at work, whether you're a single filer or married filing joint, there's going to be some rules around if you have the ability to contribute to an IRA outside of a 401k on a pre-tax basis and get the deduction. That's the first thing to think about.
Okay.
Talk to your tax professional or us. Next. If it's something that you can't put into an IRA and get the tax deduction, maybe we look at the Roth if your income is not too high, single filer, married filing joint. Or the third option is you put it into just a non-retirement account. Sometimes we call it brokerage accounts or individual accounts. And that's where you can make those contributions afterwards. Some retirement plans allow you to contribute even more than the max, but those plans are limited. So you just got to look at your plan document to see if that's possible. And the last thing I'll say is if the allocation inside of there is so-so, I would put any additional monies in an IRA or something outside of that because you have more variety as far as what you can invest in. So long-winded answer for a very, very simple question.
That's okay.
Okay.
appreciate
That's okay.
it.
Listen, it's advice that has been noted.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate it.
Investant.com if you would like to learn more about Jarrett and all the awesome advice that he provides.
Thank you, sir. Hey, don't go far. When we come back, a lot more coming your way on Arc Rochester. Once again, we're checking in live with Chris Lopez, who's feeling a bit spooky this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Lincoln Hill Farms in Canandaigua has turned their beautiful piece of property into a spooky, spectacular Halloween paradise.
Yeah, their family-friendly HalloweenFest is happening every weekend this month with thrills and fun for all ages. Chris Lopez is live there this morning, eating and drinking all they have to offer.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we started out the morning strong. We were shooting zombies, then we played games at 7:40. Last hit, I was eating good barbecue, and now we're in, Brian, the wedding venue, kind of corporate event center space. You guys have a lot going on here, 95 total acres.
Correct.
This, however, surprised me. This is your most popular spot, though.
Absolutely.
This is your moneymaker.
This is my money maker. Yeah, we do events out of here pretty much every Friday and Saturday throughout the 5 months we're open.
And what kind of events are those?
Weddings, corporate outings, team gatherings, things like that.
And what does that consist of? This space is a lot to fill.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at? If you, let's say I want to book a corporate
Yeah.
For Channel 13.
So we'll
not
do
going to
325 people. We can fit in here with a dance floor. It's a big space, you know, chairs, tables, all that's included, bathroom trailers.
Food, drinks, all of that?
Food, drinks, anything you need. Yep.
Okay.
We got it all.
All right. And then do you ever close this down for the year if it gets too cold in January, February?
So this comes down, actually, this is going to come down the week of the 21st of October.
Okay. So only, a week left then to book this?
Four more weddings.
Four more
weddings.
Okay, 4 more weddings. Is it wedding season for you?
Yeah.
It is?
So our
Okay.
busiest time for weddings is September.
Okay.
And then our shoulder weekends off of September is pretty busy as well.
Probably because it's so beautiful out here.
Yeah.
For a little bit at least anyways.
Yeah, leaves are changing. The flowers are in full bloom. And we're constantly building on.
And you guys have started to, the last time I was out here, you guys had the garden bed over there, and we walked over there, and that's where we finished out.
Yeah.
However, it looks like you're starting to build more here, or at least starting to garden more here.
Yeah. So the idea is we're going to keep the flower theme on that side where the weddings usually take place, the ceremonies. And then as you pan to the right, you're going to be doing more fruits and vegetables. And then we just built a beautiful lavender field where we're probably going to do ceremonies in there as well next year.
Do you guys allow people to come here and camp because you have so much acres if they wanted to come in here and pick a spot in the woods or anything like that?
So we do have glamping.
Okay.
Yes, we have 11 tents that are glamping site, but we do not do any primitive camping or RV camping, just the glamping.
Is that available now if someone wants to come here and glam?
Absolutely, yeah, but this weekend and next weekend they're booked.
Okay.
Through
all right.
weddings, yeah. That's the party after the party when you have a wedding.
And then HalloweenFest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What's the time for that?
So Friday and Saturday is 5 till 10,
Okay.
but it's best at night. And then Sunday's more family oriented, and that's 2 to 7. And again, you can buy a passport for your kids. They can get a pony ride. They can do the zombie trail. They can do the games. They get free food and things like that.
Purchase your tickets online so you can get free games, I believe, right?
Yep. If you buy your ticket online, you get a free game pass.
Okay. And then the zombies are $20. That is absolutely fun there. You get to ride on a wagon, shoot a bunch of zombies. They glow in the dark. There's a ton of detail on the trail. And they laid a bunch of, gravel essentially to make it really smooth so you're not bumping as you're going through that path. And I think it's about, 9 minutes, 10 minutes total?
15 minutes
15
total.
minutes
Yep.
total of shooting.
Yep.
So you don't want to miss that. HalloweenFest here at Lincoln Hill Farms, Canandaigua. We'll have information on our website on Fox Rochester and 13 Wham. Back to you in studio.
All right, sounds like a lot of fun there, Mr. Lopez. We appreciate it.
Kind of bitter he doesn't want to give us a 13 Wham corporate party, honestly.
Listen, he doesn't
Fine.
want to give us anything. He told us he was going to bring us back treats yesterday.
Yep.
Nothing. Didn't see the guy.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll just make a note of that, Chris.
Yep. Stick around when Arc Rochester returns. We're learning more about a new campaign aiming to support and uplift women.
We're back after this.
6:49 this morning. Women today are balancing more than ever. Careers, caregiving, finances, and the constant pressure to do it all.
The Association of Junior League International is launching an initiative called Every Woman, All Things. The hope is to improve women's well-being and redefine what balance actually looks like.
Joining us this morning is Alice Glenn, the president of the association, to share how this effort is helping women everywhere find relief from burnout and mental overload. Alice, thank you so much for your time this morning. Such an important topic. I want to dive in, though. Where did the inspiration for this come from?
Well, thanks so much, Dan and Abby, for having me. I'm really pleased to be with you this morning. And I would say that we're at a breaking point. People are more stressed and overwhelmed than ever, particularly women. Balancing all of the different responsibilities, whether it's at home with family and children, aging parents, in the workforce, or out in the community. It's really essential that we start a conversation and start trying to find solutions.
And for you, we talked a little bit about it right at the beginning, caregiving, careers, balancing life outside of work. Why is it, do you think, that women are feeling more pressure now more than ever before?
Well, I think certainly the pandemic exacerbated a lot of these things, but that constant running to-do list in your head, thinking about all the things that have to get done or the things that you forgot to do or that, have to be fixed and solved can really lead to anxiety and burnout, depression, interrupted sleep, and so many other challenges. It really feels critical to start talking about this and addressing it.
So tell us, how does Every Woman, All Things differ from other mental health programs we see out there?
Well, first of all, we're not asking women to take more me time or be better jugglers, not drop any more balls, find better work-life balance, putting all of the responsibility on women to find solutions. What we're really looking for is the ability to be able to, first of all, identify the problems and challenges, provide data and research, and a roadmap for solutions, ultimately, that are long-term and systemic.
So is it a website that women can utilize, kind of guiding them in the right direction? Is it, interactive sessions, Zoom calls? Like, what does it look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a website, everywomanallthings.org, as well as social media handles at that name as well. And what's great about the Junior League is that while we have a global reach, over 100,000 members in 6 countries, each community will roll this out a little differently, as we have in so many different parts of our history. The Junior League of Rochester, for example, with your diaper bank there, finding solutions that are really specific and unique to the challenges faced in your community. And so I think what it looks like in terms of how it's rolled out in your community will be a little different. And it's the opportunity to have impact and input on that now at this early stage.
This morning we've used the phrase mental overload. We've heard burnout. We've heard, I don't have the bandwidth for that. And with people trying to balance everything or juggle everything, women trying to be everything for everyone all the time, making sure food's on the table, that there's the deposit slip is with the check to go to the bank, all of that kind of stuff. How do you... I understand that there's help and support there, but how do you say, okay, slow down one thing at a time?
That's exactly right. I would say to the women watching, start small. Identify the thing that's causing you the most stress. And for the rest of us, for the rest of your colleagues, maybe ask the women in your lives what you can do to help ease that burden and find solutions. But just get started.
Just get started.
Yeah,
That's good advice.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us this morning. Any last-minute advice for women who are watching this and who are feeling that crushing sense of dread right now, thinking about, maybe they have to go pick up the kids from daycare or go to their job or whatever.
Saying, I don't have time to go on this website.
Exactly.
Well, I think the first thing I would say is you're not alone. We've identified so many women, both within our Junior League membership around the world and in all of the communities that we serve, who are feeling the same way. And I think there's certainly comfort in that.
Alice Glenn, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it this morning, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me, Dan and Abby. Have a great one.
You too. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
Stick around. We're back after this.
Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour. Stephannie Joseph will be here breaking down some of our top political stories.
She joins us now from the live desk with a preview of what we can expect at 9. Hey there, Steph.
Hey there, guys. In today's political pulse, the government shutdown drags on for another day. Why President Trump is suggesting some furloughed workers may not get back pay. Plus, Attorney General Pam Bondi gets grilled by lawmakers on Capitol Hill, her response to questions about National Guard deployment, and more. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visits Portland. Details about her conversation with law enforcement and the governor there. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. ARC Rochester returns after this.
is Wednesday morning, October 8th. Thanks for joining us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Mark McLean back with us once again for another look at today's forecast. But we're going to start with the answer to the weather question of the day and then get into the Muddy Paws forecast.
Yeah. Is it too early for an accumulating snow? What do you say?
I say yes, it is too early.
Too early?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
No?
No.
Do we have answers? Weather trivia. Let's take a look. First the question, then the answers. The question. The average first date for snowflakes is about 2 weeks away. What is the earliest observed snow accumulation in Rochester's history? Was it September 26th? Was it October 2nd, October 6th, or October 8th?
I'm going to guess October 8th because that's today.
Okay.
Actually, wait, maybe not because nobody else is saying.
Debbie and Eva and Cheryl and Pamela are thinking September. Yvonne says C. Julie has B. We're all over the place on this one.
What was the September date?
September 26th, I believe it was. Rod, Frank said B. Lisa and Mary have A. Michael's also in the B boat, and Claudia has C. Lots of interest here.
I'm gonna go September, but the only reason is because Vanessa Williams taught us all that sometimes the snow comes down in June, so I don't think there's any reason it couldn't come down in September.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to change my answer. I'll go with B.
October 2nd?
Yeah.
And that's the final answers?
Yep.
You know what they say about your first intuition?
Yeah? Oh my gosh.
Man.
Today.
Wow.
It's the anniversary. And this goes back to the 1920s. So it goes way back. 1895. I was looking back through the record. The first trace of snow actually does go back to September, which is pretty wild to me too. But the, we were talking about it last half hour. The Buffalo area is no stranger to October surprises. There, they had nearly 2 feet of snow, just a day or two away. Back in 2006?
Was
6.
that it?
I think it was 6.
No, I think it was after that. I
Was
want
it?
to say it was like 9.
Okay.
Was it 2010?
Maybe
was
Ash-
it 10, 10, 10?
Maybe
I feel
Ashley
like.
could take a quick look while we're going.
Yeah,
through the weather
Ashley,
here.
the October surprise.
October surprise in Buffalo.
I want to say it. Wait, no, it wasn't 10.
I remember waking up the next morning, and I lived in Greece at the time.
2006.
6, it was 6.
Wow.
Okay, so I had a half inch of snow on my car. My brother lived in Brockport. He had 4 inches of snow. So the farther west you went, the heavier it got.
Yeah.
And then you got to Buffalo, and it was like 20 inches of wet snow.
Wild.
It's just crazy. That's just
Wild.
Crazy. Yeah, you don't want any of that. Do we have muddy? No, frost advisory first. Yeah, we'll talk about the frost advisory. Southwest of Rochester. This is for tonight. This is Genesee County, Wyoming County, Livingston County. I just want to stress that frost-sensitive plants need to come in. It's that time of the year, and tomorrow night we will all be under a frost advisory for Monroe County included and Wayne County especially. October 10th is about the average first date. I think it's the 13th officially for the city. But Lakesiders, you can go as late as October 20th for that first frost down in the southern tier. Usually we've experienced it by now. And check out
Look at this guy.
I don't think this guy right here would be worried about frost on his paws.
No. Probably welcomed.
Yeah, I think it would be rolling in the frost. Theo, today's dog of the day. No rain in the forecast for you, buddy. And with fur like that, I think Mom's pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Sitting next to Theo.
Yep.
That would be one heck of a coat to clean.
Yeah, really.
And a playful pup, too. How about this one? Is this impressive to you?
It's interesting that yesterday we got more rain than we got in the entire month of September.
That is, yeah. I'd call it impressive, sure.
Isn't that weird?
It is.
And
it's an anomaly.
It is, and it's not that much rain. Just 0.39 inches yesterday, and all of September we had 0.3 inches of rain. And that was the first rain since September 25th, which
It was nice. It was refreshing.
It was.
It was nice to see. Everything got a nice little drink out there. Pretty nice view here too, right? Some marine stratocumulus going through. Yeah, get on out of here. 57 northwest wind is going to keep us cool today, as that cool front. Northwest wind will keep those clouds moving. That's what I was trying to say. But the rain's moving away from us too, and that's going to be the case right through the rest of this week and this weekend. Large high pressure, so your outdoor plans are looking pretty good. But if you have any evening plans next few nights, again, it's going to be pretty chilly. You're going to want the jacket, The long sleeves, the pants are all back again. The golf forecast for you today, looking pretty good too. Temps largely in the 50s to near 60 this afternoon for the high temperature. And tonight, again, mainly clear sky. Lots of that bright harvest moonlight still out there. Not full, but it's still close. Mainly clear. Some patchy frost south and southwest. And if you don't get it tonight, you'll get it tomorrow night. Look at that, 34 degrees. 40 for the overnight low on Friday. Not a concern there. And he's got it. He's got the music queued up.
We need the 7-day forecast up. There it is. Now go through the days, Mark.
Okay, Wednesday, today, 60, cooler. Fall air Thursday, 57. 65, the frosty start Friday. Warmer on Saturday, 70. Seasonable, 65 Sunday. Still dry Monday, 68. Tuesday, a mild day, 67. Abby loves her career decision to join ARC Rochester, by the way. I just want to stress that.
Yep.
She loves it.
I think that was fun. I think we need to do that more often.
It was very fun.
Like this.
No, it was laughter.
She was clawing at her eyes. I saw it.
Ears, actually, ears. No, it was fun.
Hans Zimmer.
Oh, is that?
Icon.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and I'm a big fan of ARC Rochester.
Loves ARC Rochester. It's not to love.
Oh, goodness. All right, stick around. We've got a lot more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back. We are showing you our superstar strut just in time for an upcoming event, huh?
Yeah, it's Fashion Week, baby.
Oh.
We have to walk?
Maybe.
Yes.
Watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back.
ready for the lights, the looks, and a whole lot of local love. Fashion Week of Rochester returns to the Convention Center tomorrow, celebrating creativity, community, and a great cause.
Joining us this morning is Megan Mundy, the founder and co-producer of Fashion Week Rochester, along with local designers Swanko Smoothie and Fahim Swanko, giving us a sneak peek at the event this year. Thank you all so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Let's get right into it, and I want to talk to you two in just a second, but first, let's talk a little bit about the partnership here and how this all came to be.
So I founded Fashion Week 15 years ago, and we wanted to have a charitable aspect to our efforts. So we reached out to the Center for Youth, and it just grew into a partnership. After 15 years, we've been collaborating and helping homeless teens and creating incredible fashion shows. So that's how it started.
It's really incredible work that you're doing, helping so many people. But it also, what I love about it is it puts so much of the creative talent that we have locally on display so people can see it. So, gentlemen, with that, I want to dive into your businesses. We'll start with you. Tell us all about it.
First off, Swankos. If y'all hear that, then you know that's us. We just try to bring an urban feel and let people get a piece of our minds and how we express ourselves. Where our garments, we start a lot of things from scratch and upcycle, and we just try to make things cohesive with Meg's style and our style and this Rochester Fashion Week and make it happen.
Definitely. So it's bringing everyone into our world. This is how we express ourselves daily. It's the best time of day for us. You know, it's the clearest headspace. Even if you're down, getting dressed usually make you feel good. And then we come into a world where everybody feels the same way from different backgrounds, different demographic, and we here.
So you're wearing the designs that you've made right now?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how they're all put together.
Okay, so right here, I don't know if you guys, if you correct me.
Yeah,
But this is the Kodak building, but we have put the Swankos over it because it was such an impact on our city. So we wanted to make sure we show love to our city, Rochester. And we have these right here, community basis. A lot of this is from scratch, tapestry. It's a whole different, we have African American, different everything,
Every race.
Every race, there you go. And I just always want to express that in a type of way, let people know that I'm open-minded.
Is is that
It's an active pocket. It's an active pocket.
Yes, it's a flap.
I like it.
We try to be different.
Yeah, listen, that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
And you've got Ben Franklin there.
Yeah, and this is a rug from our first shop that we had downtown on Chestnut. And when we left the shop, we was like, all right, we're gonna make, some pants out of the rug that we had.
Yes.
I love
So
that.
we took the rug, cleaned it, then he had put it on the pants, and then the bills, he had to.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Yeah.
Let's see the back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
wow.
That's really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's neat. Oh my gosh.
So how do you come up with the ideas, especially when you're upcycling something? When you what spoke to you about the rug in the store that made you say pants?
Oh, it's the special moments and it's also like, you have your firstborn or something like that, and you might like that the blanket. I'm the guy that turns that into a t-shirt. I'm the guy that turns that into a bag. Just keep the moments, the nostalgic moments, and you keep them forever and turn it into something that you can use daily. So that's what I try to do.
Love that.
Very good. And so you guys must be getting excited for the big event. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect.
It's a magic. The theme is magic, so you guys is going to enjoy that. You're going to see a lot of glitter. You're going to see a little bit of skating. You're going to see some fun. Meg, can I say something about the ponies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to see some ponies.
Yep.
You're going to see it. It's going to be fun. We love it. Like I said, culture, it's like we all just bring this big, beautiful ball and we just roll it down the runway. And you guys
I love that
see
you
it.
checked to make sure. Can I say ponies?
The energy is gonna be high. It's gonna be high
We don't
frequency.
discriminate
High frequency.
at Fashion Week. We'll put ponies on the runway. We've had domesticated pigs.
Yes.
I mean, we always like to have a wow moment where people are like, hold on a second, is that a pony on the runway?
Yeah.
We actually have two. So,
Two.
gosh.
You got two. Not one, but two.
It's not
yeah.
a pony, it's
there
two
you guys are.
ponies.
Look, there you
Oh
go.
my
Sorry.
gosh.
This is fantastic.
I love that. I love that.
Wow.
We're
That's
running
amazing.
low
Great
on
memories.
time.
Oh, sorry.
I want to remind people at home, if they want to attend, how do they do that?
Okay, fashionweekrochester.org. Tickets on Eventbrite. I checked this morning. We're getting super low. I think we've got a few tickets left for each night, but I would jump on Eventbrite and go to fashionweek.rochester Very so, yeah, just don't miss the magic downtown.
Perfect. Thank
all
you
to all to benefit the Center for Youth.
Yes.
Which is so important.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. All event information will go over on foxrochester.com.
9:16 this morning. Stick around. When Arc Rochester returns, Stephannie Joseph is back breaking down some of our top political headlines.
Yeah, we have the political pulse coming up next.
It's time for a political pulse check on Arc Rochester. A government shutdown is entering its 8th day, and President Trump is suggesting some furloughed workers may not get back pay. Now, Trump told reporters it, quote, depends on who we're talking about. Around 750,000 workers are furloughed. Trump did not elaborate on whose pay would be at risk. Democrats are pushing back, though, saying back pay is standard procedure. It comes as the Trump administration has said it is considering mass layoffs. The president said an announcement about the government programs he intends to eliminate will be made soon.
But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
Every single furloughed federal employee is entitled to back pay. Period. Full stop. The law is clear, and we will make sure that that law is followed.
Meantime, staffing issues persist at major airports, including Chicago's O'Hare. Nashville International's tower had to close for several hours Tuesday night, leading to delays. That's the second air traffic control tower in a couple days that had to close due to staffing. And while the reason for the shortages is unclear, more air traffic controllers are calling out sick because they're not getting paid. The FAA has expanded its list of facilities impacted by staffing shortages, including towers in Boston and Las Vegas.
It has an effect on breaks. It has an effect on controllers getting time off. It has an effect on training. And, the job is tough enough as it is. And when you have to work 6 days a week and now you're not getting paid on time. So everything has a cumulative effect on the FAA.
And all of this happening on the same day President Trump hosted Canada's prime minister. Details of their conversation are not known. The two seemed to discuss trade after Trump hit Canada with steep tariffs on cars and steel. But yesterday's conversation seemed amicable.
The problem we have is that they want a car company and I want a car company, meaning the U.S. wants a car company. And they want steel and we want steel. And, so in other countries, they're very far away. And there's no problem. You can compete and you can do. We don't like to compete because we sort of hurt each other when we compete. And so we have a natural conflict. It's a natural business conflict. Nothing wrong with it.
Turning now to Attorney General Pam Bondi in the hot seat yesterday on Capitol Hill. She was grilled by Democratic lawmakers in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, facing questions about recent investigations. Her appearance was often marked by tense exchanges between senators, even on the subject of border czar Tom Homan's alleged bribery. Bondi deferred questions on that to the FBI. She was also asked about National Guard deployment to U.S. cities.
You won't even say whether you talked to the White House about this?
I am not going to discuss any internal conversations with the White House with you, Ranking Member.
I noticed that. What's the secret? Why do you want to keep this secret? The American people don't know the rationale behind the deployment of National Guard troops in my state.
Yeah, Chairman, as you shut down the government, you voted to shut down the government, and you're sitting here, our law enforcement officers aren't being paid. They're out there working to protect you. I wish you loved Chicago as much as you hate President Trump.
Bondi was also pressed on former FBI Director James Comey. He was indicted on charges of making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. The DOJ says he lied to lawmakers about whether he authorized an FBI media leak years ago. Last month, Trump called him guilty on social media. Bondi is accused of going after Trump's perceived political enemies, like Comey, who investigated his 2016 campaign.
Is it true that the career prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia found that there was insufficient evidence to bring criminal charges against former Director Comey?
I am not going to discuss pending cases because Comey was indicted in the Eastern District of Virginia by, I may point out, one of the most liberal grand juries in the country.
Comey will be arraigned in federal court this morning. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visiting Oregon yesterday. She stopped by an ICE facility in Portland. That city has been targeted for National Guard deployment over recent protests at that site. Over the weekend, a judge temporarily blocked those deployments. The governor and Portland police chief met with Noem. He says deployments were not discussed as it's part of ongoing litigation. Governor Tina Kotek says they had a good conversation.
We hope to have peace and secure some partnerships that will keep our officers safe and allow us to enforce federal law.
I think it was professional and cordial. I mean, she's a former governor, so she knows what my job is. We're trying to talk to each other as people who have to make decisions and keep people safe, and I thought it was a good conversation.
And be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We're back after this.
7:26. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester this Wednesday. Medicare's annual enrollment period is just around the corner now, beginning October 15th, which means now is the time to take a closer look at your coverage.
For more, we're joined now by Dave Kirst, insurance manager with AAA, to learn more on why reviewing your plan could save you some money and also help you avoid some costly surprises down the road. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, so we were just talking. It's only a couple days away here for that period to begin. What's your first piece of advice for somebody who's thinking, all right, I got to get on the ball here?
First thing is it's never too early. So right now, everyone should have received a letter from their insurance carrier letting them know what any changes are going to be to their plans. So it's not too early to start making appointments, calling up, trying to get in touch with their carrier to see if there's what options are available for them.
Who needs to be making changes to their plans? How do you know what life events require some tweaking?
Well, right now, it's almost everybody who's on Medicare. So Medicare is going to be anyone over 65, anyone that's retired are going to have Medicare. There is a lot of disruption in the market, especially in the Rochester area, where plans are getting terminated by a lot of the insurance carriers. So what you want to do now is you should have received a letter that first week in October letting you know what those changes are going to be. Call up, talk to somebody, make sure you're opening your mail, because what you don't want to do is come January find out that you no longer have Medicare. And the time to find that out is not when you're trying to fill a prescription, not when you're at the doctor's. The time to find out is now.
Because it really can have such an impact on your prescriptions, your doctor's checkups, more specialized visits, right?
Oh yeah, so that's all of your general health insurance is going to be going through your Medicare. If you are Medicare qualified, you are on those plans. So you definitely want to make sure that you do have all of that available. There is so much turmoil going on right now with the different Medicare carriers that you don't want to be stuck in a plan that you're either paying way too much for. We've seen that many times where people are paying thousands of dollars out of pocket for certain prescription costs. Or we also don't want to have people who are caught without that Medicare coverage. So it's very important that you reach out, talk to a Medicare advisor, and see what's available for you.
And if someone misses this deadline, this enrollment period, there's no going back after the fact and changing it? Do you have to wait until next year?
No, well, there is going to be a little bit of time for them. Now, if your plan is ending, you do have typically a little bit longer period of time. So typically, you have to enroll with your new plans between October 15th and December 7th. If your plan is ending and being terminated, you do have a little bit longer of a time to go into there. But if you go past that, what can happen is you could be subject to different fines and fees for that. It's not going to be a simple process to get back in.
Now, full disclosure, I mean, I know I'm not the one we're talking about here, but I throw out so much of my mail. If I'm like, garbage, because you get so much junk mail. What if somebody is sitting at home thinking, I definitely threw out that letter, 1,000%.
Well, what I would recommend, call up your Medicare carrier. They'll be able to let you know what's going on. You can also go to AAA.com/Medicare, talk to one of our advisors. We work with a lot of different Medicare carriers. So we're able to go through and try to find someone the best plan that's out there for them.
Talk to us more about what AAA offers regarding insurance, because I think for most people sitting at home, they think, wait, the people with the maps, they can help me in this?
Exactly, that's us. So AAA is about helping people holistically. We're going to help you whether you're on the side of the road, we're going to help you with your insurance, we're going to help you with travel. We have a full-service insurance agency that's set up to help people, and we work through many different insurance carriers with this, whether it's on the home and auto side or it's on the Medicare side. We're going to shop it around, try to find the best possible fit for everybody. The nice thing is with working with all those different insurance carriers, we're able to find everyone the best fit for them. So.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. Any last minute advice for anybody who's, maybe getting a little stressed about this? They know that there are changes on the way. They're just feeling a little uneasy.
Best thing I can say is reach out to one of our insurance specialists with this. Call your carrier. Talk to somebody. that's a specialist with this. They'll be able to set them at their minds at ease, make it a simple, easy process for them to answer those questions, because you just don't want to wait.
Good advice. What's the website people can go to?
It's going to be AAA.com/Medicare.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank
We
you
really
very-
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Time right now is 9:31. Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're heading into the kitchen this Wednesday.
We certainly are. And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
It is time for this morning's Spatchcock Funk. And today they're spilling the tea, serving up a pretty luxurious dish.
Yeah, have a look.
Spatchcock Funk, about to tee it up. And we got something great here. Spill the tea, bone steaks. We're using Earl Grey tea and some T-bone steaks. Now, people often think T-bones, which are these guys, and porterhouses are the same thing. They're not, but they're similar. These ones are both USDA, U.S. Beef Council approved, beautiful pieces of meat, but a porterhouse has more of the filet side, right? So one side is New York strip, and one side has filet meat. A T-bone just has a little bit of the filet, where the porterhouse has all of it. But we're gonna do both. Now, the T-bone and the porterhouse are both beautiful pieces of meat for a couple reasons. They're both great cuts of the cow, but also the bone being in there allows more of that juiciness and deliciousness to just permeate throughout the meat. What we do to make this meat a little bit more special and spicy is we create a really cool spice rub. What we're using is Earl Grey tea we got from our awesome friends at Kubal, Cafe Kubal. Awesome people, awesome coffee, awesome service. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of Earl Grey tea. Make sure it's Earl Grey because, oh, hello, governor. That's the type of flavor that we want here. Then we've got a tablespoon of kosher salt we're going to mix in there. We've got a tablespoon of ground dill, a tablespoon of black pepper, and just in time, a tablespoon of dried thyme. So that's already all crushed up and beautiful. We're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of a really good extra virgin olive oil, and we're gonna stir it up to turn it into a bit of a paste. So now we've got this paste, right? And it's gonna be a real paste. It's gonna be thick, and that's good because we want this to really build into the meat and grill into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this paste and evenly coat each side of these big fat steaks. This way it's going to get all in there as we cook them. Now we got one side going. We're going to put on a grill on medium heat. Put it down on your grill and then take the remainder of your paste and cover each one with the rest of that paste. And you're going to cook each side for about 3.5 to 4 minutes depending on how thick it is. Now it's going to have like a nice little blackened look on it, which is real pretty. We like that. Now our steaks are looking good and ready. We're going to take them off, set them down. And before any big party, you should always siesta before we fiesta. So they're going to take about a 5-minute rest before we cut into them. Now, some people love mushrooms with their steak. Great way when you're grilling, take some baby portobellos, toss them in olive oil, a little bit of garlic powder, and just grill them and roll them around till they get char marks and they're juicy and you're good to go. Got our grilled mushrooms. I'm going to move the porterhouse back and take a cut into the T-bone, into the New York strip side. Get it out there. Strips, medium rare, good to go. Let's see how we did. The tea, the salt, the pepper, the dill creates this really delicate crust. There's a teeny bit of crunch to it, but allows the steak to get this medium rare beautifulness. So the juiciness, the salt, all of it comes together, and man, it's great. Here's to you.
Time right now is 9:38. Coming up, a look at some of the stories that have people talking this Wednesday morning.
Stick around. It's time to see what's trending now, starting with some happy accidents now being up for auction.
Yeah, keep going. I gotta compose
30
myself.
paintings
Nice.
created by the iconic, bushy-haired, soft-spoken artist Bob Ross will soon be up for auction.
The upcoming sale is being held to raise money for public television stations that are currently suffering from cuts in federal funding.
Ross's show, The Joy of Painting, was aired on PBS from the 1980s and into the 1990s.
According to the president of Bob Ross Inc., the artist dedicated his life to making art accessible to everyone, making this auction a true statement of his legacy.
Auctions will take place in several different locations starting in November, including LA, London, New York, and Boston.
Fans will also have the chance to bid on a few of his pieces online.
The 30 paintings to be auctioned span Ross's career and include some of his most iconic landscape aesthetics.
He created most of those 30 on air, each in under 30 minutes, which was the span of a single episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The level of talent. Proceeds raised will help stations in need with licensing fees, allowing them to show popular programs that include the best of The Joy of Painting.
America's Test Kitchen, also Julia Child's French Chef Classics, and This Old House.
Okay, I like all of those shows.
Julia Child was like the coolest.
Julia Child.
I was hoping you would do that. I was.
The auctions of the 30 paintings soon to be sold have an estimated total value of $850,000 to $1.4 million. Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to do a Bob Ross painting?
No.
Okay, so it's actually kind of fun. So, pull up one of the videos and you just follow along to what he says.
I don't have that skill or that patience.
Listen, I don't either. Mine turned out horrible. It was still fun.
All of the accidents that I make would not make me happy. They would be angry accidents.
Well, he's so calm as he does it.
I know.
He's just like, it's all good.
I don't have that. That's not in my DNA. That calm, cool, collected, laid back.
I kind of knew that.
Right?
Yeah, I kind of knew that already. That's fine, though. It's not who you are.
It's not who I am.
Can't be something you're not.
I say, what do you think the odds are we could get away with bidding on one of these, win it, and then just, hand the receipts over? Do you think we could get away with buying a Bob Ross for the set?
No. Okay. Well,
Fair enough.
At least we asked.
Yeah, we tried. Let's move along to some conventional wisdom that's being questioned by relationship experts.
So the age-old saying goes, you should never go to bed angry. But experts say that sticking to that rule is counterproductive and can even harm a relationship.
A clinical psychologist from Maryland says that it's completely wrong.
Whoa. Okay, she says if it's late at night and you've been stewing all day about something that your partner did, do not resolve it at night.
She says couples shouldn't fight when they are emotionally dysregulated.
What if you're always emotionally dysregulated?
Yeah.
Asking for myself. Using the acronym HALT, she says couples should avoid serious discussions when hungry, angry, lonely, or tired.
Okay. She says that couples should learn habits that help them get rest while boosting their relationship long term.
She says resolve things during the day, even if that means you need to sleep on it.
The goal is that both people feel secure enough to acknowledge the disagreement, remember their relationship is more important than one argument, and agree to talk about it later.
Many on social media argue this is a tried and true method, which is key to a healthy relationship.
What say you?
Oh man.
Do you fight before bed?
We have.
And do you go to bed angry?
No.
No.
Because I don't like going to bed angry. And I also don't like fighting, like actual disagreement. I think for the most part, I'm pretty upfront about things. If something is disappointing or frustrating or upsetting, I don't usually hold it in. I'm usually like, hey, that's messed up. And then I go off. And then,
And he cowers.
No. Oh my gosh, no.
Okay.
No, come on. No way.
I don't know, up against you.
Thank you for saying that. No, he holds his own.
Yeah.
And, usually once I get it out, I'm like, okay, it's done. It's over. I'm not going to sit here
I'm right. You're wrong.
Continue to be angry about it. No, I don't think it's ever a right and wrong thing. It's
Okay.
really more of I'm upset about this. I would like for you to know that I'm upset about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of going to bed angry either. I think it's silly, and life is far too short, and people are gone too quickly. And I think we all should be living in the moment and saying what we feel and what we mean when we feel and mean those things, and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Life is so much easier if you are just truthful and honest.
And, on top of it, I also, if I did go to sleep and I was still angry about something, I know myself, I would wake my husband up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm not done yet. You need to wake up so we can finish this. And he would then be angry at me.
How do you go to bed angry? Like, you're stewing in emotion.
Yeah.
How do you shut that? If you know how to shut that off, congratulations. I've never figured that out.
No. I've gone to bed sad before.
Sure.
That's usually like my number one coping mechanism.
Yeah. That's on a nightly basis.
I was liking, I was liking the HALT acronym though.
Yeah.
I'm hungry a lot of the time. So that would explain many fights.
Hungry, angry,
tired, or what was the lonely. Yep.
Here's the thing though. I feel like having a conversation with your significant other could solve a lot of those things.
Yeah. Let's have dinner
make
first.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
While we talk about this.
Yeah.
And hold hands so we're not lonely. Let's move on.
Relationship advice from Dan and Abby.
Yes. Let's move along to a new source of entertainment that have people hooked.
It's a bar called the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it's gone viral for live streaming its boozy, rowdy customers online.
I love this. The bar has several cameras covering everything from their beachfront to their patio to the band area and, of course, the bar.
Yeah, the bar says they've been live streaming patrons since 1996, and they don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Since 1996? Is that what you said?
Isn't that what it said?
Is that what?
Way before social media.
Wild. The live stream has blown up on social media with people from all around the world saying they love to tune in and watch these random people do entertaining things from the comfort of their own couch, uninhibited, thanks to liquor.
Yeah, and it's also what you can do by watching Arc Rochester.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube. There is no audio, though. You can also pay $2.99 a month to watch it with audio on Bandcamp.
Listen, that's a subscription worth buying.
Yeah.
$2.99, you get the audio, you get the scoop and the dish on all these strangers you don't know, and then you get to see them come back into the bar. The next time they're around, you know their backstory.
I lost my debit card. Where did I leave it?
Yeah.
Somebody on St. Patrick's Day.
People have posted on social media saying that live stream is their favorite show to watch.
Others have even called it a comfort watch, falling asleep to it every single night.
Yeah, people love this live stream idea so much that they've reached out to other local bars to see if they would be interested in hopping on this trend.
This is morning television.
So over in the UK, they have a program called Gogglebox.
Okay.
And it's a program where you literally sit on the couch and you're watching other people sit on the couch and watch television. And so you're watching people watch TV, but you're watching them discuss the TV program that they're watching, whether it's a reality show, and they spill the tea and dish about their favorite people on whatever the show is that they're watching that week. It's like one of the #1 rated shows over there.
Crazy.
Gogglebox.
Ah.
Look it up. It's not Googlebox, it's Gogglebox.
That's wild. Jeez.
All right, let's turn to a new lifestyle trend that's becoming more and more popular.
Okay, it's called trad son or hub sons. It's described as middle-aged men who still live at home with their parents and take on the role of a traditional housewife.
All right. According to the lifestyle, the men usually range in age from 28 to 36 years old, are jobless, and live rent-free at the cost of taking care of business around the house. That's a quote.
Okay, so tasks include grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, and fixing things, much like the idea of a trad wife. This, too, is a controversial lifestyle choice.
According to one viral trad son, He said he ditched his $170,000 salary to move back in with his parents, leech off them, and take care of house errands.
And in case you are wondering, his mother and father both still work and are in good health.
He is also single?
I can't confirm that. It didn't mention his relationship status.
Does he sleep in the basement?
Doesn't say where he sleeps, just in that same house.
Listen, why are you giving up a $170,000 job?
It's a good question. That's a good question.
I feel like that's the only question you need to be asking yourself. I feel like you're the best hub son mommy could ask for.
I don't like the name of it.
No, and I don't like that we're saying mommy. No, no, you're mother's child. You're not a hub son. That it just sounds incestual. I don't like it.
Also, I mean,
I mean, Siri, it does, doesn't it? It does, right? Yeah. It does. It's gross. It's okay.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Yeah, Dan.
See? Siri doesn't like it either. No, stop.
I'm kind of speechless with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I know we have time to kill, but
so listen, I don't think there's anything.
Bottle fed still?
Oh, no.
Come on now.
You're disgusting.
But I also,
get your mind out of the gutter.
I didn't say what's in the bottle.
But is there something else? I'm sorry, I gotta play devil's advocate here.
Please do.
Is there something else that's going on? Like, is there a reason that he decided to move back in with his parents? Is it maybe like that job was soul crushing? I'm thinking like Lifetime movie, person working in the big city, they decide to quit their job, they're moving back home to work on the Christmas tree farm. Like, do you know what I mean? Is there something that happened that made this person decide to just up and leave and go back and maybe like
I will say,
reset?
He was a door-to-door salesman. That was his profession.
Listen, he was still making $170K.
Yeah,
and
that was his salary, yep.
And he gave it up, and both of his parents still work. How old is this one?
How old is, who, I'm sorry?
How old is this hub son?
32?
32?
Yeah.
Listen, I think if you need to move back in with your parents for financial reasons, or you feel a little lost in life or whatever, people go through stuff. But I don't think when you have a solid paying job like that, I don't know that it's really appropriate to move back unless mom and dad are in poor health, or you're trying to help out or something of that nature. But if they're both still showing up to their jobs, working 40 hours a week, and you decide that you're going to live in the basement and quote unquote leech off your parents.
Were those his exact words?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it. I would say, listen, pal, it's time to grow up. What I'm going to say here is I think there are some underlying issues. I think we're a very immature 32-year-old. We're a man boy is what we are. It's true. What's his name?
Give his name.
I actually don't know his name.
Man boy Bob.
So
Bobby.
Crazy that we have given relationship advice and parenting advice all in one morning.
Listen, you get it all when you tune into ARC Rochester. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, our final thoughts. We've got more of them.
We'll be right back. And final thoughts of the morning. Fashion Week, super cool.
Yeah.
I really liked their outfits. Those were neat. Those were homemade.
Zoolander face.
Zoolander face?
Let's see it.
What's that?
Come on. Come on.
What is
You
it?
started to do it.
What
You
is
know what Zoolander
I
face
don't know what
is.
Zoolander face is.
Oh, he's so full of it.
You do it. Go.
So
What's that?
What is it?
it's Zoolander.
Oh.
The movie.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
That does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 on
13 WHAM ABC.
that's right.
Mark and Steph will be there later today for
Maybe.
13 WHAM News at midday.
Not if you've seen that movie.